You need to learn how to do your makeup better. Starting off with some skincare, I'm using the Ordinary's Milky Toner. I know a lot of girls use the Rhode Milky Toner and they love it. I don't have that. I have this one and it seems to work really well. Except we're going with a moisturizer sunscreen combo so that we are protecting our skin from the sun, but we are also moisturizing it for makeup. Personally, this is the only sunscreen I use because there's no white cast and makeup layers really well on top of it. For our primer, we're going to use a little 2-for-1 special. This is a primer that's going to add a lot of grip to our face and a lot of glow. The grip makes your makeup stick better and the glow just makes you look ethereal. First, we're gonna put in some gel to get the hairs to lay how I want them to. I like to brush my hairs up in the front and then kind of out more towards the edge with the gel applicator. Now with the spoolie, we're just gonna go over them again and then kind of lay the tops down so that they're not quite as thick. A little concealer brush and our concealer, we're gonna start holding the brush sideways and go across top of our brow. Then we're starting to bring it down. Same thing on the bottom. We're gonna use the side of the brush to draw along under that front part, and then as we get to the tail, we're going to use the tip of the concealer brush because it's a little more precise, and we're just going to draw the rest of our tail. We're just bringing that concealer down onto our eyelid that will eventually become our eyeshadow primer. The little concealer brush, I'm just going to go ahead and blend out a little unibrow that I created, and then also the concealer up here on top, and just blend out the concealer, all of it. Now to fill in our eyebrows, we get to just color inside of the lines that we just created. And I don't fill them all the way up to the front. I really only go about halfway with the eyeshadow because the way that we did the concealer, it already created the illusion of a drawn eyebrow right there. Now for the most underrated makeup tool out there. Scotch tape. Get off a little chunk. What is that, like 1.5 inches? And what we're gonna do is line it up so it's under our eyes, create a little bit of a gap right there, and then go straight out towards your temple. Taking our powder bronzer, and we are just putting that all over our entire lid. We're just gonna keep blending it. We're gonna go up into the eyebrow a little bit, into that little pocket right here. Bring the tail out towards your temple. Now for our smoky wing, we're just gonna go right in, starting at the very front of our eye, keeping this as close to our lash line as possible, and we're just gonna draw right across it. Once we get to the end over here, we're just gonna go out about as half as long as you want your wing to be. Next up, we're gonna take a little flat blending brush. We're gonna go into our darker shadow and go right on top of this wing to about the middle of our eye. And we're gonna go in with an eyeshadow that's like a step lighter than that. We're gonna use the same brush and we're gonna go on top of that eyeshadow that we just put, go a little bit higher above it. Now take our brush that we did to do our eyeshadow and just go right over all of that. And now we peel our tape off. We're gonna come back to our eyes later. For now, we're gonna go in and start color correcting under our eyes. Now I'm just going ahead and blend